And that was simply because I figured out who I was and figuring out who my brand should be. So one, don't give up, guys. If you're out there, you're struggling, you're going through things, you know, and sometimes it's your brand, the birth of your brand that will help you get through it, because you'll see how you're affecting other people's lives. You'll keep yourself busy and your mind busy. That was a lot of the reason why I needed to start it. But when you start to see how you're changing people's lives and you're affecting people's lives and their spirits, it'll make you feel better as well.
Yes, yes.
I was hosting. I was like, oh. Yeah. No. Let them use it. Let them use it. That's all I can say. One thing that we've heard from these queens today, and you look at them and they all look amazing, right? Beautiful. And sometimes I'm sure a lot of people want to be in the chair or in your shoes, right? But they don't know what all you had to go through. They just want it overnight, right? Or they want to say, Coach Stormy, you done made all these millionaires. I want to be one too, but tomorrow. No, matter of fact, yesterday. No, with you. You show me what you do so I can. It's not that easy. So what these ladies are saying here, there is a journey. They had their own separate journey, and they had to find out what it was. They didn't mock after each other, right, or anybody else. They all have beautiful stories that sometimes came from pain, but a lot of the times that was God's will in their life to produce some beautiful things you all have. So one last question, and then I'm going to open it up to the audience members is, you've been through a lot, all of you. What's the best advice that you could give to our audience members? Maybe the biggest mistake or the best advice you could give?
So the best advice I can give you guys is to seek a mentor. And it doesn't necessarily have to be someone who is like very popular or somebody who is, you know, in that particular field, but just start somewhere. And it'll be times when you may reach out to people, even myself, or even someone up here, or you just going for the person who is the biggest. A lot of times y'all gotta realize a lot of this new money that a lot of us black people are seeing, some of us are learning along the way as well. So, but don't give up. Get one mentor, get 2, 3, however many, and especially somebody in your field, that would be great. But we all need somebody we can lean on and go to. So that is one of the things I wish I had did in the beginning. I wish I would have got a mentor. So that's something that I highly stress. And you probably hear that.
Let
me add to the mentor thing, right? Because as a lot of you in this room know, because y'all are popping, when someone says, I need you to be my mentor, I need you. We got jobs, we got kids, we got husbands, and sometimes we don't have a lot of time, right? But let me tell you the best way to be a mentee, or the best way to be in the space or in the room or have the seat at the table. Let me tell you, if somebody comes to you and say, oh, I know you got this function. Can I do your decor? All I want to do is pick your brain while I do your decor. You know what? I know you got this women empowerment event you're doing. I just want to know, can I organize your paperwork? Can I keep all your files in order for you? But in the meantime, can I pick your brain while I'm gonna keep all your accounts payable in order. But can I pick your brain? Everybody loves free 99, and sometimes you gotta offer something.
Come on, free 99.
To get something. Yes. Because I get a lot of DMs or people come up to me this function. Yeah, I want you to be my mentor. You gonna be my mentor? And I'm like, I would love to. I got a million Skylar too. And I really do want to, right? I really do. But sometimes I just don't have enough time with all the stuff that I have going on. But versus if you say, you see me at that booth over there, you say, Yandy, let me come, your boxes look a little okay. Let me help you organize these boxes. And while you helping me organize these boxes, you see how I interact with people. You see how I talk to people. You'll hear me on the phone making business calls and decisions because you're there offering something but getting what you need in return. So if you're in this room and you need a mentor or you need someone that is, going to show you the ropes, make sure you're not just going like this, but you're also going like this, so that you can receive as well. And they can receive. That's important.
love that. So it's heavy crowns, right?
Yeah.
So when y'all look at these ladies or you see successful people out there, you also have to realize that there's a lot of weight on them as well. So don't look to them sometimes, is what I hear you all saying, to always want. Look at to see what they need.
We can help each other.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Stormy. Coach Stormy.
So everything everybody said, absolutely amazing. My true philosophy is, you serve your way into good relationships. You earn your way into good relationships, or you pay your way into good relationships. And the truth is, we all need mentorship. But I'm an acronym queen. I dropped out of school in the 9th grade, so I use acronyms to keep myself reminded of what I have to do. And so what I would say is, in addition to what we already said about mentorship, is fight. What are your tools that you use to fight with? My greatest strategy in life has been to fight. All my life I had to fight. I fight, number one, with faith. I'm always finding ways to increase my faith, starve my fears and feed my faith. The I is that I'm always intentional. I find ways to do things to be intentional. I'm never gonna be forgotten. If I gotta walk in a room while everybody's looking crazy, because black people have a funny way of looking at each other. I don't know why we do that. I'm gonna say, hey, good morning, everybody. Whether you like it or not, good morning. You're gonna remember the great way to say hello, good morning. So I'm always intentional. Gratitude. I think that we have to learn to be a little bit more grateful. We're not grateful. Remember the days that you prayed for where you are right now. Always find ways to be grateful. The H is honor. Your life is going to be a manifestation of those you choose to honor and those you choose to dishonor. It was an honor for me to meet Yandy. Why? Because I remember watching her on social media. I didn't know she was depressed or anything like that, but just to know her husband went to the feds, she stuck by his side, she's on TV, she got kids. I knew she went through something, because there's no way all that happened in your life and you don't go through something. So for her to say it, for me to hear it, I was grateful to meet her yesterday, truthfully, humbly, with honor, because I know she's a woman and we go through some of the same things. Tamika, I remember when I used to wear wigs, and I used to use boho. I never knew it was a black woman. I never knew who she was. Yesterday she rented my yacht, and I wish I would have known. I would have did something special for you. But I just believe that we just need to honor each other more. Like, some of y'all in here have been inspired by Yandy, by Tamika, by somebody at your table, but you won't say nothing to them. It's like if you know the person, you don't know what a person's going through. People are committing suicide, y'all, every day.
Yes.
Successful people.
Yes.
So how hard is it to look at another woman and say, I want to say thank you for inspiring me. I saw your video, I saw your post. I love your shoes, I like that outfit. So these are my examples. This is the thing that I have to do, and I do it to other people because very seldom people do it for me.
Yes.
And the T is true love. I just believe that we have to learn to love ourselves in a whole new form of fashion these days, because people come into your life and say they love you, but don't show you love.
That's
so
hard.
I just learn to truly love Stormy. Every day find new ways to love on me. So I don't have to expect love from anybody else. And so these are my greatest tools that I use to stay high, to continue to vibrate high, because my work ain't done yet. How many of y'all work ain't done yet? Yeah, my work ain't done yet.
So I love the acronym. I love the word fight, right? So that really spoke volumes. I hope everybody had an opportunity to write it down, but I did. So here goes. Let's make note. Fight. The F is for fight. Faith. And the I is for intentional. The G is for gratitude. The H is for honor.
Honor and help somebody.
Yes. And T is for true love.
Amen.
And that's what they're showing on the stage today too. So y'all give it up. Give it up, our beautiful queens. So we don't have much time. So we only have time maybe for one question. So, okay, I see. 3. I just want to make sure everyone is on time. Yeah. Okay, all right. So we're going to take one question.
So truly inspired, and thank each and every one of you for dropping them gems. I'm a hardware engineer from Baltimore, and I'm revolutionizing the beauty tech industry with the first no heat dryer for wigs and bundles. So it's a instead of us focusing on hair that grows naturally from our head, I'm capitalizing off of the fact that people are just not thinking about how sophisticated these units have gotten. And I know all of you who deal with hair have struggled with trying to dry them. I've seen so many creative things. And so my question is, I've successfully raised $250,000 in VC funding. And I'm trying to raise my next, close out my seed round to get the first 5,000 units manufactured. So my question is, outside of VC capital, what other advice would you all give me if I'm looking for strategic investors, or just raising capital in general? That's my question.
Are they already in,
So we have our first functional prototype manufactured. We're here where we can demo it today. We're at booth 308. So it's just our first functional prototype. It can go inside of someone's salon to use it because we're trying to do our customer discovery. You know, how is it working for you? Because hardware costs a lot of money to make. And so we want to make sure we can get the users involved early into the design process. So yes, you can touch it, you can feel it, you can see it, and we are taking pre-orders.
I like you.
the first thing I would suggest is you start with some of the beauty schools as well. Because those hairstylists, the word is going to spread from one to the other, and you do need to, I know it may be expensive, but when we started Boho, I made sure that Boho was in everybody's hands. So you may not be able to do it like that, but you need to get it out there, and sometimes it may have to be free. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do so many, but everybody, the more people are talking about you, word of mouth is always going to be the number one way to market. And so if you have so many people that are talking about this product, then it's going to roll, and that's going to be free marketing. So that's something I would, but I'm going to come by there because I want to talk to you.
And it's meatsfunding.com. You can see it, the concept right now, and then 308.
Yes,
Thank you all.
I got 2 more questions.
Now, there's too much knowledge on this stage for y'all not to ask questions.
Okay. Hello, I love all of you all. I'm just so glad to be here. This is a wonderful event. I wish there need to be more of these types of events in the city. But my question is, on your way to success, what are some obstacles that came your way that you didn't expect, that you overcame?
I think every single business that I decided to get into, there was an obstacle. I shared with you guys about the skincare line, the first line when I wanted to have all those flavors, the cucumber, the mango, the strawberry. It was a complete fail, right? And then that's when I decided to strip all that stuff away. But even getting into Love and Hip Hop, right? So Love and Hip Hop was a show that I created off of my development deal, but it started out called Keeping Up with the Joneses. And it was a show that I did based off of my client, Jim Jones, and his family. I thought him and his family was great people. I thought that his mom was amazing. She was a character. I thought Jim was great as a character. I thought his girl Christy was great as a character. And I'm like, they're going to make a great show. So I pitched this show to VH1, and I got a deal. I got a development deal. We started shooting this show, and while the show was shooting, everything was fine. They would be in them crazy cells. But then life started to happen for Jim. One of his artists, Zach Bundles, got murdered. And then another one of his artists, Max B, got sentenced to like 70 years. So as life was happening, he was like, I don't want the cameras following me here. So because they would be like, okay, on your way to the funeral, we want your mom here, we want Chrissy here, we want this person in the front row. And then he's like, no, this is my life. So it got so bad that one day he like punched the camera and knocked the camera out the hand. He's like, I'm not shooting this show anymore. And I'm like, oh my God, all these white people gave me all this money, and you don't want to shoot this show. So I went, at the time, Mona Scott was my old boss, because I used to intern at Violator, and then I became a manager at Violator Records. But at this time, I had left Violet. I was at Atlantic Records, and I'm like, Mona, I took her out to dinner, and I'm crying. I'm like, Mona, I'm gonna lose my deal. Jim doesn't want to shoot this show anymore. They gave me all this money to shoot this show. I don't know what I'm gonna do. And Mona was like, well, I've been pitching the show to some network she was doing with Tracy Edmonds. She's like, it's about the women behind the scenes in hip hop. And she's like, maybe we can combine our two ideas, and maybe it'll take some of the pressure off Jim and his family. And I'm like, look, whatever. I was like, I'll pitch that. And I was like, just make Jim and Chrissy the main couple of this show, and you know, and add some other people so that we don't have to just have this show all about Jim and his family. So we went back into VH1, and I'm like, hey guys, you know when you trying to get somebody to buy into, you can't tell them the bad news. So I didn't tell them Jimmy went to the show. I'm like, I got this idea. And I walked in and I'm like, great news, guys, great news. I was like, we're gonna take this show in a different way. I was like, I'm gonna add Emily B, I'm gonna add Olivia, I'm gonna add this person and that person. It's going to be a better show, a bigger show. And they were like, okay, we've only been shooting this other one for the past 3-4 months, but okay, we're open to hear, we're open to see. So that was kind of the birth of Love and Hip Hop, right? And it was kind of like, let me see if this works, let me go in there and try to use this magic. And it worked. 12 years later, Love and Hip Hop is still there. But it came from I'm not doing this anymore, get these cameras out my face, I don't want to be here. But again, like I told you with the skincare, if I would have stopped at my tears when I was crying to Mona, right? If we would have stopped then, I was like, I can't do it, he don't want to do it no more, I'm just trying to get these people back their money. 12 years later, I wouldn't be able to still be here on TV as one of the #1 TV shows, reality shows, the #1 on VH1, but one of the, #1 in all of reality TV. So there are going to be obstacles in anything that you do. You just have to make sure you keep pushing, because just don't stop. I'm telling you, don't stop. There's going to be issues. There always are. Coach, I know you have a million that you can tell. I know you have a million you can tell. Just try to push through them. Please push through them.
I think it's very important that you have a vision. The vision for your life should create the disciplines for your life. And I think that we don't have visions. I think we start something, we stop something because we just want to make some money real quick, or, you know, we want to prove a point to somebody. But like, what is your vision? Like, when was the last time you stopped and looked at your vision? And so for me, my vision is to be one of the most impactful women that ever lived, while doing whatever I want for myself and others, and to live a very serious quality of life. And so I realized that the people that you start with, you may not finish with. That's the biggest thing. You may have started with somebody, but what do you do when you started a journey with somebody and they don't make it to the finish line? Like, that's the test. Like, were you really serious about that vision? Were you really serious about that goal? Were you really serious about the things you say you wanted? And I believe that that's going to be the greatest test, the people that you will start with that you may not finish with. And it seems like the people that you help the most are the ones that will hurt you the most. I'm going to repeat that real quick. It seems like the people that you help the most, the ones you told your pain to, the ones you told what the last person did to you, the one you told what the last person's like, and they will repeat the very same thing. It will make you question yourself. It will make you not want to trust anybody, and it may make you want to give up. But then you got to fall back on your vision. You got to fall back on that fight. You got to fall back on that faith. You got to fall back on that intentional living, that gratitude, that honor. And you got to fight, because I'm going to tell y'all right now, 9 times out of 10, you will not end with the people that you started with. And it's very hurtful when you remember the times you poured into people, the time you took away from your family with people, the money you invested with people, the prayers, the hugs, we about to do this, and then you gotta be like, damn, I never thought you would be the one to do this to me. I told you about these pains and I explained to other people, and man, you did this to me. It's like, I have this thing where I'm trying to figure out, can people end relationships without hating each other? Yes. Can we decide that we're no longer in alignment? Our visions don't align, so now is not the time. Can we walk away without hating on each other? Like, if we're not in agreement with certain things, can we walk away and decide to be amicable and be friends? Why we gotta hate each other and argue and talk bad about each other because something didn't work out? So that's the main thing. Just know that I've mentored and coached 36 families to millionaire and multi-millionaire status. You know what I'm saying? From nothing. People people who had nothing. They had nothing. I gave them a lot of time, a lot of information. I mean, time that I would never be able to get back. And these people talk bad about me. And I never go back and defend myself. That's the hardest thing, to move forward and not defend the bad things people say about you. So I think that God honors that. I think he sees you. And I think that that's the reason why, no matter what they say, I still got the last say. Amen. So just keep going, have vision, have discipline, and just don't look back, regardless of what people may say, think, or try to, tell people about you. Just be that person that they may talk shit about you, but when they come to your page or when people meet you, they like, I don't know that. You sure that's the same Stormy? Because I ain't get that from Stormy. So maybe I need to be looking at you crazy, because that's not the Stormy I met. So.
It's beautiful. They're all soaring as eagles. That's what I also heard each one of you say. You're not looking down to go, down with the little birds or anybody else, right? In the tadpole nest. You soar. Beautiful stories. Y'all give it up for this amazing, talented, beautiful, intelligent bosses, moguls in their own rights. So each lady, we are going to close out this panel, but we definitely do not want to close out the panel by allowing each of you to let everyone know how to follow you, where your booth is, and maybe anything you have coming up where we can continue to follow you all's mission.
Make sure you guys check out booth 800. We're doing demos. We also have a man weave demonstration in about 10 minutes, I think. But check out our booth. Follow me on all of my socials at The Hair Diagram, Whole Lace America, and our website is www.thehairdiagram.com. I'm Yandy Smith on everything. The name I get checks and just Yandy Smith, YANDY-SMITH. My booth is 1025. And I just shot my first feature film, y'all. So please support. It will be out next year on Netflix. So I'm super excited about that. So y'all look out for that. Celebrate that, yes. I'm Coach Stormy on Instagram. I just purchased my own app. It's called 𝐈𝐍𝐒𝐄. 𝐶 stands for wisdom, oneness, knowledge, elevation. I have a community called Girl Hold My Hand. We meditate and just tap in every Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. We reset our day. We have new days every day. And so, you get into the app, 𝐈𝐍𝐒𝐄. It's called Girl Hold My Hand. You can subscribe to that. I would love to meditate and connect with y'all every morning at 8. I promise you your life will never be the same. Of course, I'm at booth 1228. Y'all gotta come check out my booth. It's a vibe. I spend a lot of damn money on that booth. I did not know booths cost as much money. Next time, I save everything so we can take the same concept everywhere. This is a down payment for a damn house. Hello? When you're taking out booth 1228, I would love to connect, collaborate, celebrate with many of you all here. But mainly, I'm on Instagram, Coach Stormy, and of course my app. Every day, 𝐈𝐍𝐒𝐄. Y'all download the app, please. My goal is to get 500 subscribers today. It's free. The same way y'all download Instagram and Facebook. Hello, download 𝐈𝐍𝐒𝐄. Okay, can y'all do that for me? Pull out your phones and download 𝐈𝐍𝐶. We can't wake y'all up every day. All right, thank you.